What kind of person willingly steps into freezing water every single day? At first glance, it sounds like madness, but behind the viral challenge of taking cold showers for 30 days lies a fascinating scientific experiment, one that tests not only your physical endurance, but also your mental resilience. Millions across the world have claimed it changed their lives, but what actually happens when you swap comfort for cold? The reason many people take this leap isn't just for bragging rights, it's a quest for discipline, energy, and focus, benefits often associated with the practice. The allure of becoming the kind of person who can handle discomfort is strong, but what's the real payoff? Science says exposing your body to cold can activate ancient survival mechanisms, reactions that once helped our ancestors endure harsh climates. These systems are still in us, just dormant. When triggered, they can enhance metabolism, alertness, and even mood. So the question is, can 30 days of cold showers really reprogram your body and mind? Or is it just another internet myth waiting to be debunked? The first cold shower feels like hitting a wall of ice. Your breath catches, your muscles tense, and your brain screams to escape. It's a full-body alarm. This shock response, though uncomfortable, is actually a complex survival reaction known as the cold shock response. Within seconds, your heart rate spikes and your breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Your body goes into fight or flight mode. Adrenaline floods your system, preparing you for what it thinks is danger. That's why the first few seconds feel unbearable. But here's where it gets interesting. The more often you expose yourself to that shock, the calmer your body becomes. Over time, you build what's known as cold tolerance. Your nervous system starts adapting, making you more resilient not only to cold, but also to everyday stress. It's almost like training your brain to stay calm under pressure, literally. And that's one of the biggest hidden benefits of the cold. The instant icy water touches your skin, your brain enters survival mode. Your hypothalamus, the command center for temperature control, sends rapid signals to conserve heat and maintain core temperature. It's a primal reaction designed to protect you from freezing. But beyond that, neuroscientists have discovered something fascinating. Cold exposure stimulates a surge of neurotransmitters like norepinephrine and dopamine. These chemicals boost focus, alertness, and even happiness. In fact, a single cold shower can increase dopamine levels by up to 250%, similar to what you might experience after intense exercise. That's why people often describe feeling alive or invincible afterward. It's not psychological hype, it's biochemistry in motion. Cold water literally changes your brain chemistry in real time. Over 30 days, this repeated stimulation can lead to lasting neural adaptations, a sharper mind, steadier mood, and a noticeable sense of mental clarity. Imagine starting your day with a legal, natural high. No coffee, no sugar, just pure biology. That's what daily cold showers can offer. When cold water hits your skin, your body releases a cocktail of endorphins and dopamine, giving you a mood boost strong enough to rival mild antidepressants. The instant shock becomes addictive in the best way possible. The same stress that once felt unbearable starts to feel like empowerment. Every second under that freezing stream tells your brain, "I'm stronger than I thought." Endorphins also play a key role in pain reduction and recovery. That's why athletes often use ice baths after intense training. Cold exposure triggers your body to release these good-feel chemicals, reducing inflammation and speeding up muscle repair. Over a month of cold showers, these effects stack up: improved mood, less anxiety, and a stronger sense of control. Science-backed, simple, and surprisingly effective. One of the most popular claims about cold showers is that they boost immunity. But is that true, or just another health myth? Research actually supports this idea more than you might expect. A large Dutch study found that people who took cold showers for at least 30 days were 29% less likely to call in sick from work. The explanation lies in how the cold activates your body's natural defenses. When exposed to cold, your body releases norepinephrine and stimulates the production of white blood cells, the warriors of your immune system. It's as if your body is saying, "Something's coming, prepare for battle." So, while cold showers won't make you invincible to viruses, they can strengthen your resilience and immune response. The best part? The effect lasts long after you've turned off the tap. Hidden beneath your skin lies a special kind of fat, brown adipose tissue, or BAT. Unlike regular fat that stores energy, brown fat burns it, and cold exposure is one of the few proven ways to activate it.
When your body meets cold water, brown fat cells spring into action to generate heat. This process, called thermogenesis, burns calories and increases metabolism naturally. In other words, the shivering might not just be discomfort, it's your body transforming fat into fuel. Studies show that regular cold exposure can raise brown fat activity and improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body uses energy more efficiently. This could explain why people who take cold showers often report feeling leaner and more energized. It's a fascinating glimpse into human evolution. Our bodies were designed to thrive in the cold, not avoid it. The modern comfort of warmth has simply lulled those primal powers to sleep. Ever noticed how alert you feel after splashing cold water on your face? Now imagine that, multiplied by your entire body. Cold showers trigger a rapid spike in adrenaline and norepinephrine, two chemicals tied to alertness and mental clarity. When your nervous system activates, your brain switches into high-performance mode. That's why many entrepreneurs, athletes, and even writers swear by morning cold showers. They claim it's like flipping a mental switch. The effect is physiological, not just psychological. Your brain literally gets more oxygen due to increased blood flow from the cold shock, leading to sharper thinking and sustained concentration. Over 30 days, this mental training adds up. The discomfort becomes a ritual of clarity, a short, intense burst of challenge that sets the tone for everything else in your day. It sounds unbelievable, but there's real science behind it. Cold water can work as a mild, natural antidepressant by stimulating the brain's blue spot, the locus coeruleus, a region responsible for releasing norepinephrine, a key neurotransmitter for mood regulation. The rush of cold exposure floods your system with this mood-lifting chemical, creating an energizing and calming effect at once. Researchers from the University of Virginia even suggest that this process helps rebalance brain chemistry in people with mild depression. On top of that, the act itself, choosing discomfort each morning, builds psychological resilience. You start the day by proving you can face something difficult. That self-mastery spills into other parts of life, making you less reactive to stress and uncertainty. So, while it's not a replacement for therapy or medication, cold showers can be a powerful adjunct tool for mental well-being, one that costs nothing but courage. Let's be clear, cold exposure is a form of stress. When icy water hits your body, your cardiovascular system reacts instantly. Blood vessels constrict, heart rate spikes, and blood pressure rises. It's an evolutionary defense to preserve heat in vital organs.
At first, this sounds dangerous, but with gradual adaptation, the opposite happens. Your cardiovascular system gets stronger. Regular cold exposure improves vascular tone, making blood vessels more flexible and efficient at regulating pressure. A 2016 study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that repeated cold showers enhanced circulation and reduced resting heart rate over time. Your heart learns to handle stress better, both thermal and emotional. Still, caution is essential. People with heart disease or uncontrolled hypertension should consult a doctor first. The cold can heal, but only when approached with respect. What about beauty benefits? Surprisingly, cold showers have some of the most visible effects on your skin and hair. When exposed to cold water, pores tighten and the outer layer of skin constricts, giving a smoother, firmer appearance. Hot water often strips natural oils, leaving skin dry and irritated. Cold water, on the other hand, helps seal those oils in, improving elasticity and hydration. The result? A natural, subtle glow that comes not from cosmetics, but from improved circulation and skin balance. Hair also benefits from the chill. Cold water closes the hair cuticle, reducing frizz and adding shine. Many people report stronger, healthier-looking hair after a month of cold showers, a reflection of improved scalp circulation. After 30 days, you might notice that your reflection doesn't just look different, it feels different, fresh, awake, and alive. If you've ever tried a cold shower, even once, comment below with how long you lasted before jumping out. Let's see who's brave enough to finish the full 30 days. One of the most surprising effects of taking cold showers for 30 days is how they influence your sleep and energy cycles. At first, it might seem counterintuitive. How could something that jolts your system awake in the morning help you rest better at night? But science has an elegant answer. Cold exposure trains your body to regulate its core temperature more efficiently, a process closely tied to the circadian rhythm, your internal clock that dictates when you feel awake and when you get sleepy. By strengthening this regulation, cold showers help you fall asleep faster and experience deeper, more restorative rest. Over time, this effect compounds. The nervous system learns to transition more smoothly between the sympathetic, alert, and parasympathetic, relaxed states. In simpler terms, your body becomes better at switching off stress and entering recovery mode when it's time to rest. Many people report waking up with a stable, calm energy instead of the grogginess that comes from inconsistent sleep patterns. Hormonal balance plays a role here too. Regular exposure to cold water reduces chronically elevated cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress and fatigue, while promoting the natural release of melatonin, the hormone that induces sleep. The result is a steady cycle of energy during the day and tranquility at night.
So while the initial splash of cold might shock you awake, over weeks it creates a physiological harmony, a balance that allows both your mind and body to recharge more effectively. You start each morning sharp and end each night in peace, powered by the rhythm of resilience you've built one shower at a time. Science provides data, but stories provide meaning. Around the world, countless people have discovered that cold showers are more than a wellness hack. They're a catalyst for personal transformation. From elite athletes using ice baths to speed up recovery, to office workers fighting chronic fatigue, to individuals battling anxiety and depression, the testimonials share a common thread. The cold becomes a mirror that reflects one's true strength. Perhaps the most famous example is Wim Hof, often called the Iceman. His extreme cold endurance inspired a wave of scientific research into how temperature exposure can influence immunity and mental health. Through his breathing and cold therapy techniques, Hof demonstrated that the human body can consciously influence systems once thought to be automatic, like inflammation, stress response, and energy metabolism. His work changed the way modern science views the boundaries of human physiology. But even beyond public figures, there are ordinary people who share extraordinary results. Some describe breaking cycles of anxiety after weeks of cold showers. Others report renewed focus and willpower. Many say that the discipline required to step into cold water every morning spills over into other aspects of life,
helping them face challenges, improve routines, and strengthen their mindset. Every story carries the same message. Cold exposure is not about punishment, it's about liberation. It teaches you that the greatest source of comfort comes from mastering discomfort. And that lesson, once learned, extends far beyond the shower. While the benefits of cold showers are compelling, it's important to acknowledge the risks. The sudden exposure to cold water triggers an immediate physiological shock, a rapid increase in heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing rate. For most healthy individuals, this is safe and even beneficial with gradual adaptation. But for those with cardiovascular problems, hypertension, or respiratory issues, it can pose serious dangers if done without guidance. That's why the golden rule of cold exposure is progression. No one should start with ice-cold water from day one. The safest approach is to begin with warm or lukewarm showers and slowly reduce the temperature over several days or weeks. This allows your body and nervous system to adapt without triggering excessive stress. Additionally, people should never attempt prolonged cold exposure combined with breath-holding or hyperventilation exercises, as this can lead to dizziness, fainting, or loss of consciousness. Cold therapy is not about proving toughness, it's about controlled adaptation and self-awareness. When practiced responsibly, cold showers are a powerful wellness tool, but only when approached with respect. The cold is a teacher, not a test. And like all teachers, it rewards those who listen carefully to its limits. After 30 consecutive days, the transformation becomes undeniable. Physically, your body has adapted to handle thermal stress with efficiency. What once triggered panic now feels manageable, even invigorating. This is because your nervous system has built new patterns of response, strengthening pathways that regulate breathing, blood pressure, and emotional control. Essentially, you've trained your biology to stay composed under pressure. On a biochemical level, cold exposure increases your heart rate variability, HRV, a key indicator of overall resilience and nervous system balance. A higher HRV means your body can quickly recover from stress, whether it's physical exertion, mental strain, or emotional tension. Over weeks, this adaptation creates a foundation of calm energy that persists throughout the day. Mentally, something shifts as well. The act of willingly facing discomfort every morning changes your perception of challenge. Tasks that once felt intimidating start to seem minor by comparison. The discipline built under cold water becomes a silent confidence that carries into work, relationships, and personal goals. By the end of 30 days, you're not just cleaner, you're different. Your physiology, psychology, and perspective align under a new sense of control. You've proven that comfort doesn't define you, courage does. If you enjoyed learning how your body adapts to stress, you'll love this next one. What happens if you do intermittent fasting for 30 days? A deep dive into how fasting reprograms metabolism, energy, and focus in ways surprisingly similar to cold exposure. Don't miss it. It's the perfect continuation of this transformation journey. As day 30 arrives, the question naturally arises: should you stop or keep going? The answer, for most, is simple. They don't want to stop. The body may have adapted to the cold, but the mind has grown addicted to the clarity, the energy, and the sense of mastery it brings. What began as an experiment becomes a ritual, a moment each morning to reconnect with your strength. The benefits don't disappear after the challenge ends. Many who continue cold showers beyond 30 days notice lasting improvements in focus, emotional balance, and stress tolerance. Some even describe it as a reset button. A few minutes that wipe away fatigue, anxiety, and mental fog. It's not just hygiene, it's self-conditioning. Even for those who choose to stop, the impact lingers. You've learned that you can face discomfort willingly, and that knowledge changes how you approach life. The cold becomes a metaphor for every challenge ahead. Intimidating at first, invigorating once embraced. So yes, it's absolutely worth it, not only for what it does to your body, but for what it awakens in your mind.
Because in the end, the real transformation isn't found in the water itself, but in the person who steps beneath it, again and again, by choice. If this inspired you to take the plunge, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a dose of courage. And tell us in the comments, would you dare to take cold showers for 30 days straight?